What's up and welcome back to Motivation Mondays. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I want to talk to you guys about setting goals and manifesting your goals for 2023. I know that a lot of people like to set up New Year's resolutions, which to be honest, I'm not really a fan of like the New Year's resolution thing because I feel a lot of people just end up waiting for the beginning of the year to start something, or gotta wait till next year or next month or something. I believe that at any time you can switch things up, set a goal for yourself and start working towards it to better your life, better your business, better your whatever you want to do. So that's what we're talking about today. If you're new here, my name is Depeach and I make all kinds of stream tips, stream guides, and all kinds of content to help all streamers grow. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing for more content like this. So first off, why do we want to set goals for ourselves? Well, I find that for me anyway, it's really hard to feel like you have a purpose without a goal. You might just be running through the same old day in and day out type of routine, and maybe you're not really feeling fulfilled in a way. And I think that's important for all of us to have goals. Take a look at a business, right? A business's goal is to make money and to grow. And if you're a streamer, if you're a creator, if you're watching this video, then your goal is to become successful, right? Maybe your goal is to make a living off of streaming or creating content, whether that be playing video games or art or just chatting or cooking or whatever it is, right? That is definitely one of your goals, is to grow and find new people. And that's why you're here. Maybe you're watching and hanging out with us live on Twitch, or you're part of the YouTube community. Either way, you are looking to grow, and you might be a hobby streamer, and that's okay too, right? So maybe there you don't necessarily have any goals where you're looking to grow, since you're not really looking at making this into a full-time thing. Would it be nice if it could happen? Maybe. And maybe that's where you're at, and that's okay too. But feeling fulfilled within something, I think it's always nice to have a goal. For me, when I picked up the guitar, my goal was to, learn a song. And once I learned that song, I was like, okay, well, I'm bored. Like, what's next, right? I think setting goals for a lot of people might be difficult, right? Some people don't really know how to do it or how to take action on it. So I think that's more of what I wanna talk about today. It's not just like a routine of every day just going into the same grind, right? And I find like that happens sometimes. It happened with me with streaming, where you just kind of get into the flow of, oh, I'm playing this game. This is my main game. Every stream, I'm just going to show up and play that game. And I don't really get a chance to, or give myself the chance to grow and tell myself, okay, well, every stream I'm going to accomplish this, or at the end of the week or month or year, I want to have accomplished this. It was just like, I'm going to show up and hope that I grow and keep making content and sharing clips, but I'm just going to keep it going in and day out. And it kind of gets drained from you when you don't really have a goal. And I think that's why it's so important to have a proper goal and set it the right way. So a lot of you probably have heard of like making realistic goals, right? And maybe you've even heard of the concept of like SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. You don't want to just say like, oh, I want to be in shape, or I want to be able to run, or I want to be a streamer, right? Like, you could just run outside and boom, you've accomplished your goal. Like, it's not really measurable, right? So making it specific and measurable and actually realistic and attainable, it requires some of those metrics. But if you know about that or don't, you could look it up. But I kind of go in line with that as well. Like, obviously it has to be specific, but I kind of want to talk about more of a different type of goal and kind of how to manifest it into actual reality, right? Because it's so easy, I find, to set goals for ourselves, to say like, okay, in 1 year, I want to be full-time streamer, or in 2 years I want to become a full-time streamer and I want to be making this much money. Like, it's easy to just set those goals, but then what? Like, you kind of need a plan of action. Something that I've been doing and I've been learning about mental health in general, and just kind of sucking myself out of the dark side of life on some days. Most days. And honestly, lately I've been feeling really good, to be honest, just to share a little bit of personal stuff. And honestly, what is the main thing that really helped me is kind of changing the mindset of having a goal and just saying, okay, well, I'm gonna go do that thing, because it's not always so easy to do that thing, right? Like if you say, okay, I'm a streamer and I want to start making YouTube videos and I'm gonna start editing a video every week, it's like it's not really part of your routine yet, so it could be very, very difficult to just get up and do that. Something that I've been learning is that it's not just setting like a goal for yourself that's specific. It's something that you change within you, almost like a lifestyle. So let me give you an example of working out, because it's the most common thing. We can all relate to that. So if you tell yourself, well, I want to be working out 3 or 4 times a week, that's something that if you weren't doing that before, I find that it can be very easy to fall into the trap of, oh, well, I didn't do my workout today. That's fine. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I still have a few days left in the week to smash it out, so it's fine. I'll complete it tomorrow, right? And then at the end of the week, you realize that you only did it twice instead of the 4 times that you promised yourself, and it kind of all falls apart. And that's happened to me. I hope it didn't happen to you, but I feel like it's a common thing that does happen. And one tip that I got that has been helping me more, even though I'm not successful at it, it's called habit stacking, where you take one thing at a time and you build up on it. So let's say you want to start working out, but you also want to become, you want to read a book every day, and you want to do this every day, and you want to get up early every day, and you want to clean your room every day. Like, okay, no, it's not going to work. Like, you're not going to become the perfect person in like one day, right? So take one thing and change just that one thing. And what's the most important thing to you right now? You want to be working out? And let's go to streaming, right? Let me do both of these at the same time. You want to be a successful streamer, and you want growth, right? You want to grow your following, grow your viewer count, you want to grow your stream. You know that you need to be posting on social media, right? So maybe you choose something like TikTok. I want to post on TikTok every single day, right? Let's say that's your plan. The way to do it, and the goal is to, instead of doing it 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, is take the most important thing and do it every single day. That way there's no way out of it, right? And you don't have to go and do a full-blown YouTube video of 25 minutes with all these edits in it. You don't have to go and do a 2-hour workout in the gym, right? Just every day show up. Every day show up, right? And if you can edit that TikTok every single day, if you can work on editing it every single day, then now you're starting to build this habit that we all know takes what, a month, 2-3 months to really build that into a routine. So don't think that you could just change it overnight, right? You're better off stacking it. So this is one type of hack, I guess, that you can try on yourself to do, right? Set something of high priority and try to do it every single day. And something that's small, right? Don't set yourself up to say, I'm going to stream every single day, especially if you're a newer streamer just starting out. That's something that's not really realistic, right? Think back to the SMART goals. Think of something that is more realistic, like editing a TikTok video every single day, or getting a clip from your stream and putting it into a folder on your computer, so that when you do go edit on the weekend or whenever you have that free time, that's your time to take every single day and say, I'm gonna go grab a clip from one of my streams so that I have it when I go and edit, right? And now you're starting to build something. So that's habit stacking. Once you've gotten one habit going for a good 30 days solid, then move on to the next. And something I do, I don't know if you can see this, but this is a habit tracker. I printed it out and I kind of highlight these. There's 30 days here. I did 2 of them because I started before 2023, but I have exercise in here and have meditate in here. And what I do is on every single day, I just go in, and if I did it that day, I highlight it. And what's cool about all the little circles, it kind of gets me to want to fill it in, and I kind of like feel bad for not filling it in, right? But look at this. Out of the past 16 days, I didn't exercise like 4 times. So that means I worked out 12 times out of 16. But you know what I was doing last year? Nothing. I didn't do anything. So if I compare it to 0, then I'm doing pretty damn good, right? And I'll have a link for that. It's a PDF. I'll put it in the description for you guys if you want the same one, or if you want to find your own or make your own, right? But I find like checking off every single day of a checkbox or highlighting it or something just as a little tracker, I think that really, really helps too. And the second thing I want to talk about like setting goals and making things happen for yourself, is something that I've been coming across a little bit more recently. Is one of the main things on this new book called Atomic Habits. Ritz. I don't know the name of the author by heart, but anyway, I'll put the link in the description. And I think that he talks about this a lot too, is that it's kind of about changing your mindset into my goal is to work out every day. My goal is to lift 200 pounds or run 5 kilometers or be a full-time streamer, right? Because those goals are very failure-able, right? I don't know if I have a good word for it, but it's easy to fail at that, right? Like if you say to yourself, like, okay, I'm gonna post 3 or 4 TikToks every single week, and you don't do it, it's very easy to be hard on yourself after. And we already know streaming, the content creation, it's very much a mind game. There's so much a mental fortitude that's required to be here. And trust me, I've been through burnout. I know so many streamers and creators that have been through burnout, just burning themselves out. And it's a lot of mental strength is required. You know, it really takes a toll on the mental. If you change your goal from saying, okay, I post, 4 times a week and I stream 2-3 times a week, and these are all things that you're doing. What if you change that instead to say, I'm a streamer, or I'm a YouTuber, and you change it into like a lifestyle? Like instead of saying I work out 3 times a week at the gym, you say my goal is to be an athlete. If you're an athlete, well, what does an athlete do? An athlete works out, right? An athlete goes to the gym. An athlete is healthy, and right. So if you say something along the lines of like I'm a YouTuber or I'm a streamer, and you think about it in this sense, right? Then it's more of like, well, how does this person live their life? How does this person act? What does this person say on a daily basis, right? And what does this person have to do every single day to become successful and to become that YouTuber? And this is kind of why I titled this as manifesting, because you kind of have to manifest that into your reality, right? So if your goal is to become a full-time streamer or a partnered YouTuber where you're making a living off of this, how does that person live? All right, so full-time streamer, what are they doing? They're streaming 4 to 5, maybe even 7 days a week, which I think is a little bit excessive. We should all have some days off. A streamer is streaming most days of the week. A streamer is working with brands to bring in income. And streamers also making content to post on social media to grow their stream and grow their name, and which helps with future brand deals. Now you need to create a plan of action, and this is how you achieve your goals, right? Which is what I'm doing this year, and this is what I'm doing. So come with me on the journey, and let's do it together. Put in the comments, put in the chat, what are your goals for this year? Write it down, and let's come back, right? Let's come back to this video in 1 year and see where everybody is. We have to do it, and we owe it to ourselves, almost in a self-respect way, to do it this time. How many of you that are watching this have set goals for yourself, has told yourself, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna finally do that thing, I'm gonna start the YouTube channel, I'm gonna start posting on TikTok, I'm gonna do that thing, and you just still haven't done it? What I'm starting to do is break things down into actionable, easy steps. I want to be successful with this YouTube account, with my Twitch, and with my TikTok, right? I want to help streamers grow. I want to help creators. And the way I'm going to do that is something that I can actually control. And I think that's really, really important. And a lot of people don't talk about when we talk about goals. A lot of people say, I want this number of followers. I want this number of viewers. Me too. We all do. But that stuff isn't something that you can control. What you can control, though, is how many videos did you edit and post? How many videos did you make for TikTok? Clips maybe that you taken and posted on TikTok. Or maybe you're an art streamer. How many art pieces have you made? Or a music streamer. How many songs have you learned? So these are all things that you can control and that are in your power to help you reach those goals. Now, there's something in the wheels, in motion, that I'm doing, right? And that's something I could be proud of, because it's not something I have to hope and pray. I'm not coming to my streams and hoping that people show up and then get down on myself when they don't, because I can't control them. I can't control anybody, and you can't control anybody else either. And if you can, let me know your secret. But we can't do that, right? We have to set goals of things that we could focus on, that we could control, and we can actually attain. So break down that big goal into small actionable steps, right? All right, making YouTube videos, 1 video on YouTube every single week, post on TikTok every single day, and stream 3 times a week. Those are my goals. Those are things that I can control. My plan of what I'm doing now in 2023 with my streams is I'm actually doing 3 streams a week, and they're all geared towards streamers and towards creators. So on Monday nights are streams like this, Motivation Mondays. Maybe we're going to interview a streamer and learn about their history and their successes and what made them so successful. You might have seen that on the channel already. Or we're going to talk about stuff like this, and hopefully I can educate you guys. And Wednesday nights is Workshop Wednesdays, which this week what we're going to be doing is how to edit TikTok videos in DaVinci Resolve. That's already 2 videos that could go up on my YouTube. And then Friday nights is stream reviews and coaching, which I can also make a video out of that and put that on YouTube. So I'm actually gonna have 3 videos per week. If we go back to setting that goal and understanding it and making it one of those SMART goals, you know, if it's something specific, posting a certain number of videos, which is also measurable, right? Like that's something that you can control too, which is great. That's part of our thing. Is it attainable and realistic, right? Could I even do that? Well, hey, if we're doing 3 videos a week, well, that means in 33 weeks, I'll have 99 videos, and that's less than a year. So that's totally doable, right? That's realistic and attainable within that time frame. I'm not looking to make 100 YouTube videos in a month. And the last part of the SMART is time, which we are setting a time frame for, right? So for yourself, if you want to set a time frame of, okay, within 3 months, where do I want to be within 6 months, and then I'll reevaluate. So this is super important to make sure that you're not just like saying, well, I'm just working to become a full-time streamer or to become a YouTuber, and years go by and you're like, well, what am I doing? You know, I'm not really much further than I was or wanted to be. That can be really difficult, especially when you look back and you're not really that proud of how far you've come. That's happened to me in the past with previous channels I've created. And if you've been part of the community, you might know that I've been in the content creation space for like a long time, and I've started YouTube channels and Instagram channels and all this stuff that didn't work out, and I got down on myself, and that is because I did not set goals that were things that I can control. You know, it wasn't things that I didn't say, okay, I'm gonna write 100 articles, or I'm gonna write 20 articles. You know, forget 100, let's start with 10. You know, so I'm making it such a high crazy thing, right? I think that's maybe where a lot of people are hurting themselves, is that they're not setting goals with things that they can attain themselves, right? So I want to talk about manifesting to cap off this video. Manifesting is something that I've gone into for the past few years, and it's something that's really helped me just change the way that I see things, and honestly in the way that I feel about the things that I'm working on. So if you're not familiar with manifesting at all, it isn't really anything like crazy, like religious or spiritual in any way. It's just truly believing that your goal, that your plan is going to come true, and you're kind of wishing it into existence. Almost like when you go to a restaurant and you ask the waiter for, you know, a sandwich and you make your order. It's kind of like the same thing where you're telling the world, you're telling yourself, the universe, God, whatever word you want to use, this is what I want. And this is my order. This is my order, and it's going to come to me, right? And that has to come with these actionable steps that we spoke about. How nice would it be if we could just sit on a couch and wish for a Ferrari to show up in our garage? Wouldn't that be so nice to just sit down and do nothing all day and just manifest a Ferrari in our garage? It doesn't work like that, right? We have to put ourselves in the position of making that a reality by taking action. You know, really manifesting, at the heart of it, is placing yourself, thinking about yourself in that future state, how you would feel with that goal attained, and sit with those feelings and feel them. What are you gonna feel? Are you feeling joy? Are you feeling, you know, pride? Are you feeling happiness? Like, what are you feeling? Love? What is that goal that you set for yourself? So put yourself in those shoes. So obviously we're all creators, we're all streamers. So you want to become a full-time streamer where you have sponsorships that are paying you enough to pay your bills and have savings. man, what does that feel like, right? Sit there, close your eyes, almost like a meditation. Just take 30 seconds every morning, right? When you wake up, when you're brushing your teeth, when you take a shower, whatever, when you go for a walk, and just sit with that and feel. It's about the feeling and the emotions, right? Every morning, if you wake up and just say, I'm a full-time streamer, I have 5, brand deals and partnerships that I work with that pay me, let's say $1,000 each a month, and I'm living the dream, right? If you say it but you don't feel it, it's not gonna happen, right? It's not gonna like mesh with reality, because your brain won't really believe it, right? It might, but it doesn't work for everybody. And these types of things like affirmations, positive affirmations, it said that it doesn't really work for everybody, and in some times it doesn't really work for me. There's been a lot of times where just the positive affirmations by themselves, it didn't sit right. It was kind of like, I feel like I'm lying to myself. This isn't true. So how could I get to that point? It doesn't make sense. So if that resonates with you, then what I would suggest is try to go more with the feelings and sit with how amazing would it feel? What are the feelings that you're feeling with that goal attained? Let's say one of the goals as well to go along with it is a community. What size of your community, right? Let's say 100 or 1,000 viewers, let's say, right? Or the 5 partnerships. Who are those partnerships, right? Like, go into detail, right? Like, you really want to be sponsored by a computer company or a stream gear company, right? Like, who is that? What does that look like? Do you talk to them every day, every week? How good does that make you feel, right? And when you sit with that and those feelings, and you could do that every single day and be almost grateful for the fact that you have that. Here's the key. What works with positive affirmations and this kind of manifestation of the feelings is that our subconscious, our mind, doesn't know the difference between reality and what we tell our minds. And it also doesn't know the difference between a negative word. So let me give you an example. So if you keep asking yourself and telling yourself, I can't get sick, I have a very important day tomorrow at work, or an important event, or I have a collaboration stream coming up, I can't get sick for it because it means so much to me. You keep saying, I can't get sick, or I hope I won't get sick. You're going to probably get sick because your mind can't tell the difference between can't or don't or no, right? It only uses the words. So try and change your words that you're using and say, I'm healthy, I'm strong, it's gonna be a great day, it's gonna be a great week, I'm feeling my best, and I'm gonna feel my best all week, right? These are like the positive words. That's why it's probably even called positive affirmations. Positive affirmations isn't, I'm not poor, I'm not alone, right? Because then what are the focus words? It's poor and alone. So if you focus on the feelings and the words on the positive side, then it's gonna come to you, right? And gratitude is a big part of it. So I feel like I'm shedding a lot onto it. We can go into more detail on manifesting, but that's not what this channel is about. But if that does interest you, leave a note in the comments, say something about it, let me know, or join the Discord and we could talk about more of it there. But I don't know, I feel like manifesting is so powerful, and to be honest, it's something that's really, really helped me, especially over the past few months. I didn't really resonate with positive affirmations, but when I started working with like the feelings and mixed with the lifestyle goal that I spoke about earlier, that one really worked for me. And it's something that every day I wake up and I feel better than I did before. And even if I don't, make the video or be super productive, right? I'm within that lifestyle, right? I'm still doing the things every day, and I'm still feeling good every day, and I'm making progress, whereas in the past I was just not really doing anything, right? So hopefully this helps you. I don't want this video to go on forever. At the end of the day, make a goal for yourself, set it big, and you can have one big long-term goal that all encompassing, right? You could say, I want to have 1,000 viewers. You can add those things that are not in your control too, right? I want to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to have 1,000 viewers. I want to make 50,000, 100,000, 20,000, whatever it is. Set all those things, write them down, put them down somewhere, right? Put it in a notebook, put it on a piece of paper and stick it on your wall and have it there as almost like a vision board for yourself. But make sure to break down that goal into actionable steps that you can do on a daily basis. What does it take to get there? Well, you gotta stream. You gotta make better content. You gotta plan your streams. You gotta make TikToks, make YouTube shorts, make YouTube videos. I'd be very happy to help you with that, right? That's what I'm doing here on this channel. That's what I'm doing over on Twitch and in the Discord. So that plan of action is actually something that I could help you with. So set that for yourself and start manifesting it today, because you can bring that for yourself, right? You can't rely on anybody else but yourself. So manifest the good, think about the positive things. What do you feel, right? How do you feel with that attained? Write that goal down, think about it, and every day wake up and tell yourself it's going to be a great day because I'm living that already. And it's going to come. It's going to come, and it's going to come for all of us. In 1 year from now, I'm telling you, we're going to come back and look at this video, and everybody in the comments, I know that our goals are going to be reached. All right, so I hope this helped you guys. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not already part of the community, you can subscribe here on YouTube or over here on Twitch, since we're doing this live. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.